Hi, it's Janelle from Smart Edition Academy. In today's video, we will be taking an ATI TEAS 7 reading practice test. You can take the test with me by using the link in the description below. I will read the passages that are very similar in style to the ones you'll find on the real exam. Then, we'll go through the questions together and I'll explain why the correct answer is correct. I'll also share some helpful tips and tricks throughout this video so you can do your very best on this section. Let's get started. Please read the text below and answer the following question. A global temperature change of a few degrees is more significant than it may seem at first glance. This is not merely a change in weather in any one location. Rather, it is an average change in temperature around the entire surface of the planet. It takes a vast amount of heat energy to warm every part of our world, including oceans, air, and land, by even a tiny measurable amount. Moreover, relatively small changes in the Earth's surface temperatures have historically caused enormous changes in climate. In the last ice age, 20,000 years ago, when much of the northern hemisphere was buried under huge sheets of ice, mean global temperatures were only about 5 degrees Celsius lower than they are now. Scientists predict a temperature rise of 2 to 6 degrees Celsius by 2100. What if this causes similarly drastic changes to the world we call home? Which sentence is the topic sentence? What is a topic sentence? It's usually the main idea of the paragraph. Sometimes you can find it in the beginning. Let's go through each answer choice and see which one is correct. What if this causes similarly drastic changes to the world we call home? This sentence was used at the end of the passage. What is the role of the sentence? It's getting the reader to think about how change may affect the circumstances to the Earth's atmosphere. So this is most likely not the correct answer. The second answer choice is, a global temperature change of a few degrees is more significant than it may seem at first glance. This sentence was used at the beginning of the text of the passage. This is most likely the correct answer, just from the place in the passage. But let's look at the remaining answer choices just to be sure. It takes a vast amount of heat energy to warm every part of our world, including oceans, air, and land, by even a tiny measurable amount. This sentence doesn't seem to be correct because it's evidence of why small changes in temperature causes the change, but it's not really what the passage is about. The last answer choice is, in the last ice age 20,000 years ago, when much of the northern hemisphere was buried under huge sheets of ice, mean global temperatures were only about 5 degrees Celsius lower than they are now. This answer isn't correct. It's a supporting detail. The sentence is an example of a temperature change that was only a few degrees that resulted in a major climate shift. The correct answer here is the second one. This is the topic sentence. This question also uses the same passage. In the paragraph above, global temperature change is, we're trying to find what the phrase global temperature change, what role it plays in this passage, in the paragraph. So is global temperature change a topic, a main idea, a supporting detail, or the topic sentence? Right away, we can strike out topic sentence. Global temperature change is not a sentence, so that one is out. What is a topic? A topic is the subject of a paragraph or text. It tells you what the author is talking about. The main idea is a sentence or a fully constructed statement, and it summarizes the paragraph. Right away, you can take this out because global temperature change is not a sentence or a fully fleshed out statement. Is global temperature change a supporting detail? No. Global climate change is not evidence. It is definitely what this passage is about. You can see it from the first line of text. You can see that global temperature change is the main topic. So this is the correct answer. Which sentence summarizes the main idea of the paragraph? What is a summary? A summary is a shortened overview of a text's main point in different words. Let's go through each answer choice and see which one is correct. The first answer choice is, a small change in weather at any one location is a serious problem. This answer is not correct because the paragraph isn't just focusing on weather changes, but it's overall about climate. The second answer choice is, the author is manipulating facts to make global warming sound scary. The facts are clearly just being stated objectively. So I don't think the purpose of this passage is necessarily to scare people. The third answer choice is, people should be concerned by even minor global temperature change. This answer choice seems to be the most correct out of what we just read so far. The paragraph discusses major climate changes that could occur due to minor temperature changes. The final answer choice is, it takes an enormous amount of energy to warm the earth even a little. While it's true, it's not really a main point. It's just a supporting detail. The correct answer there, therefore, is the third one, C. People should be concerned by even minor global temperature change. Okay, this question is also using the previous passage. What function does the information about temperature differences in the last ice age play in the paragraph? First, let's go find the sentence that is being referred to in this question. In the last ice age 20,000 years ago, when much of the northern hemisphere was buried under huge sheets of ice, mean global temperatures were only about 5 degrees Celsius lower than they are now. So we're trying to find why the sentence was used in this paragraph. All of these words we've seen before: topic, main idea, and supporting detail. And you probably should know what an opinion is. It's something that's subjective. It's what you think or believe, and not a clearly stated fact. So let's go through each answer choice and see what's correct. This sentence, or the temperature differences in the last age, it's being used as a detail to support the main idea of global climate change. Therefore, topic is incorrect. Is this sentence an opinion? No, it's a factual statement being used. It's not an opinion of the author. Is this ice age the main topic of the paragraph? No, it's not. It's a supporting detail. This is the correct answer. Which sentence would best function as a supporting detail in this paragraph. Remember that supporting details are information, details, or points of discussion that prove the main idea. Let's go through each answer choice and see which one is correct. Electricity and heat production create 1/4 of all carbon emissions globally. This doesn't seem to be correct. The paragraph doesn't go into any detail about carbon emissions and the effect that they have on the climate. The world was only about 1 degree cooler during the Little Ice Age from 1700 to 1850. This seems to be correct. It's an example of a small change in temperature that causes drastic change to the climate. It's helping to prove the main idea of the significance of global temperature change. But let's go through the remaining answer choices just to be safe. China has surpassed the United States as the single largest producer of carbon emissions. This sentence is incorrect because, again, the paragraph isn't talking about carbon emissions or individual countries' comparisons. And finally, methane emissions are in some ways more concerning than carbon dioxide emissions. Again, the passage isn't describing different gaseous emissions at all, so this sentence doesn't really fit. Therefore, the correct answer is this one. The world was only about 1 degree cooler during the Little Ice Age from 1700 to 1850. Read the passage below and answer the following question. Publishers typically pay male authors slightly higher advances than female authors. They also price men's books higher, which results in higher royalty payments for male creators. Male authors are more likely than female authors to win literary awards, receive speaking invitations, and gain attention from major reviewers, all of which drive sales. Which phrase best describes the topic of the group of sentences above? Let's go through each answer choice and figure out the correct one. An analysis of literary award winners. We're not seeing necessarily any descriptions of literary award winners, even though it's mentioned. The second answer choice is gender differences in author income. We are seeing comparisons of male and female authors, so this seems to be the correct answer. Let's go through the remaining answer choices. A description of a book reviewer's day. This doesn't seem to be correct. We're not seeing any specific mention of what a reviewer does every day. And resources for increasing author income is also not correct. They're not explaining how to increase, but rather that the differences exist. Therefore, the correct answer is the second one, gender differences in author income. Let's go through each answer choice and see which one is correct. Gender differences in author pay primarily result from the fact that male authors appeal to a broader audience base. This sentence is explaining why the differences exist. This doesn't seem to be correct. Although writers do not have fixed salaries, entrenched stereotyping results in a substantial pay gap between male and female authors. This is looking good. Let's keep this one in rotation. This seems to be correct. The reason why it looks good so far is it's related to gender differences in income. Authors can access a wide variety of income streams, including fees for new work, royalties, speaking fees for public appearances, and more. This seems to be explaining how income streams can be increased. But again, it's not referring to any gender differences, so this is not likely to be correct. And finally, substantial evidence suggests that female authors simply do not produce work with the same impressive visionary quality as their greatest male peers. Again, this passage isn't really speaking to the quality of female authors and their work ethic. It's just discussing that the differences exist. Therefore, the correct answer is the second one here, B. Which sentence provides another supporting detail to address the topic of the sentences above? As you're reading, remind yourself of the topic, which means the topic of this passage is about male authors having an advantage in the field of publishing over female authors. So keep that in mind. The first answer choice is, many young people dream of being famous writers, but authors face a difficult path to financial success with their work. This sentence is pretty broad. It doesn't specify any difference between male and female authors, so this is not likely to be the correct answer. The second answer choice is, many female authors have recently come forward with alarming stories of sexual harassment and assault by powerful members of their industry. This answer choice does not seem to be correct. The third answer choice is, very few contemporary authors are able to earn a living solely off their published works, so most rely on other sources of income to pay the bills. Again, it's not explaining, even though publishing is a difficult industry, it's not talking about publishing in general. It's referring to gender differences in the field and how women are struggling as authors, not authors in general. The final answer choice is, numerous studies show that publishers and readers are more likely to buy the same book if the author has a male name rather than a female name. This detail is showing an advantage of male authors over female authors, and this would be a very good supporting statement in this passage. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Read the sentence below and answer the following question. Numerous robotic missions to Mars have revealed tantalizing evidence of a planet that may once have been capable of supporting life. Imagine this sentence is a supporting detail in a well-developed paragraph. Which of the following sentences would best function as a topic sentence? Remember that a supporting detail is evidence of a main idea or a topic sentence. The first answer choice is, Venus is an intensely hot planet surrounded by clouds full of drops of sulfuric acid. This doesn't seem to be correct because this would be an example of a topic sentence about the planet Venus rather than Mars and the dangers of sulfuric acid. This sentence here is giving a positive outlook on Mars, nothing negative. The second answer choice is, of all the destinations within human reach, Mars is the planet most similar to Earth. This is the correct answer. The sentence gives a comparison to Earth being able to support life. Let's go through the remaining answer choices. Liquid water, a necessary ingredient of life, may once have flowed on the planet's surface. This doesn't seem to be correct. It's a sentence that is mentioning liquid water when the topic would not be. A supporting detail would also be about liquid water. The last answer choice is, space research is a costly, frivolous exercise that brings no clear benefit to people on main Earth. This sentence is not correct. If you read the sentence, it's giving a positive outlook on the discovery that life may have been possible on Mars. This sentence is mostly negative, so it wouldn't be correct. The correct answer is the second one. Of all the destinations within human reach, Mars is the planet most similar to Earth. Let's reread this sentence very quickly. Numerous robotic missions to Mars have revealed tantalizing evidence of a planet that may once have been capable of supporting life. How could this sentence function as a supporting detail in a persuasive text arguing that space research is worth the expense and effort because it teaches us more about Earth and ourselves? Let's review these answer choices. By using statistics to back up an argument that needs support to be believed. The sentence above doesn't use any kind of statistics, so this is incorrect. By showing how a space discovery could earn money for investors here on Earth. This sentence is also not correct. There's no talk of any profit or money or investments, but only the significance of the discovery itself. The next answer choice is by providing an example of a space discovery that enhances our understanding of life. This seems to be the correct answer. The sentence is positive and talking about the significance of this discovery. The final answer choice is by developing the main idea that no space discovery can reveal information about Earth. This answer is not correct. The idea about life being sustained on Mars reveals information about life forms that can reveal insight about Earth. Therefore, it's not correct. The correct answer is the third one, C. The sentence above would provide a supporting detail to a paragraph. Read the passage below and answer the following question. Until about 1850, few people living in temperature climates had ever had the opportunity to taste a banana. Only after the invention of the steamship could importers and exporters reliably transport this fruit to North America and Europe. Railways and refrigeration were two other vital components in the development of the banana trade. Today, bananas are a major export in several Central and South American countries as well as the Philippines. Around the world, people in climates that cannot support banana production now have access to plentiful, inexpensive bananas. Which sentence provides an effective summary of the text above? The first answer choice is, the author of this paragraph really likes bananas and researched them thoroughly. There's nothing in this paragraph to suggest that the author likes bananas at all. There's no opinion in this passage, so this is probably not correct. The second answer choice is, shipping and refrigeration technology help bananas become a major export crop. This answer seems to be correct. It restates the ideas of the original paragraph in original wording. and doesn't offer any kind of opinions or judgments. Let's check the remaining answer choices though, just to be sure. This paragraph should include more detail about the development of the banana trade. This answer is not correct. It's providing a critique of how the paragraph is created, rather than a summary. The final answer choice is, before 1850, most American and Europeans had never had the opportunity to taste a banana. It's not correct, this answer choice. It's restating a paragraph, a sentence from the paragraph, and not the summary, not what the paragraph is about. The correct answer here is the second one. Shipping and refrigeration technology have helped bananas become a major export crop. Read the following summary of the paragraph above. According to John K. Miller, the invention of shipping and refrigeration technology helped bananas become a major export crop. The banana trade is an important source of income for many countries around the world, and consumers can buy bananas easily in places where bananas do not grow. What makes this summary effective? Let's go through each answer choice. It makes a judgment on the original text without being unfair. In the summary, we don't see any kind of opinions of the writer, of John K. Miller, at all. So this answer choice is not correct. Answer choice 2. It restates the ideas of the original text in completely new words. This is a definition of summary, and it's indeed what this passage is doing. This seems to be the correct answer. Let's look at the remaining answer choices. It rearranges the ideas of the original text into a different sequence. A summary has nothing to do with the order of how a passage is written. Therefore, it's not the correct answer. And the final answer choice is, it highlights ideas from the original text that were not stated explicitly. This is not correct. The purpose of a summary is to explain ideas in different words, not to make inferences or guesses on ideas that were not written explicitly. Therefore, the correct answer is the second one. Let's review the passage again. According to John K. Miller, the invention of shipping and refrigerating technology helped bananas become a major export crop. The banana trade is an important source of income for many countries around the world, and consumers can buy bananas easily in places where bananas do not grow. Which summary sentence retains language too close to the original text? So we're looking for a sentence that, in the summary, that uses language or words that are very similar to the original text. So let's go through these answer choices. The author of this paragraph really likes bananas and researched them thoroughly. Again, this answer choice is not correct. It does not, the original text does not suggest that the author has any personal like of bananas at all. Therefore, this answer is not correct. The second answer choice is, this paragraph should include more detail about the development of the banana trade. This answer choice is also not correct. This is a critique of the original text, and it's not a summary at all. The third answer choice is, before 1850, most Americans and Europeans had never had the opportunity to taste a banana. This seems to be the correct answer. You can find this exact same statement in the passage above, in the first sentence here. Therefore, this sentence is very close to the original passage and is likely the correct answer. Let's look at the final answer choice though. The technological developments of the Industrial Revolution helped create a global banana trade. This is incorrect. It's not summarizing any ideas mentioned in the original text, and it does not contain any language similar. Therefore, this is the correct answer here. Which summary sentence fails to be objective? Remember that objectiveness means not being influenced by personal bias, beliefs, or feelings. Let's look at these answer choices. The author of this paragraph really likes bananas and researched them thoroughly. This answer choice is incorrect. It does provide objective insights, but it does not summarize what this paragraph is about. The next answer choice is, this paragraph should include more detail about the development of the banana trade. This is the correct answer. Summaries are meant to be objective, providing main points of a text, rather than offering opinions about the original text. This answer choice is critiquing the original text, which means that it's failing to be objective. Let's look at the remaining answer choices though. Before 1850, most Americans and Europeans had never had the opportunity to taste a banana. This is incorrect. It provides objective factual information about the original text, but it doesn't provide a summary. The final answer choice is, the technological developments of the Industrial Revolution helped create a global banana trade. This is also incorrect. The correct answer here then is the second one. Read the following sentence. Nobody would eat bananas today if modern shipping and refrigeration technology had never been invented. Why doesn't this sentence belong in a summary of the paragraph above? Let's carefully go through each answer choice. It concerns supporting details, not main ideas. This answer choice is not correct. Nobody would eat bananas today if modern shipping and refrigeration technology had never been invented. This is not giving any evidence of the main idea. Therefore, it's not correct. It adheres too closely to the original author's language. This sentence is not found in the original passage at all. It's not even close to the same language. So this answer choice is also incorrect. It fails to make a clear judgment about the original text. This is also not true. It does not offer a judgment at all about the original text, and it would not be part of a summary. And finally, it does not accurately state an idea from the original text. This answer is the correct one. The idea in this answer choice is not anywhere in the original text. If you really think about it, people in tropical regions where bananas are from originally would have access to the bananas, so this statement wouldn't even be true. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Read the passage below and answer the following question. As a parent, I find television and movie rating systems unhelpful. Rating systems are not human. Their scores are based on numbers, how many bad words, how many gory scenes. To me, that makes no sense. Nobody else knows my kids like I do, so nobody else can say what's okay for them to watch. In my experience, the content a government organization rates as PG or PG-13 may or may not be appropriate for my 9, 14, and 16-year-olds. My youngest is quite mature for his age, and I'm fine with him hearing a bad word or two as a part of a meaningful story. Violence concerns me more. I won't let even my 16-year-old watch frivolous violence or horror. But I don't shelter him from realistic violence. My little guy still has to stay out of the room for the bloody stuff. But eventually, kids need to know what's out there. The primary purpose of this passage is to decide, inform, persuade, or entertain. Decide isn't correct because the author is not trying to choose between two or more things, so that's not correct. Inform is also incorrect. There is some information about the shows and the movies, but the passage is mostly talking about the experience of the parent. Entertain is also not correct, because this passage is more about the opinion of the parent, and it's not telling a story. Therefore, the correct answer is persuade. The author is speaking from the experience of being a parent and using the television and rating systems, and how these systems might not be appropriate for every child. Therefore, this is the correct answer. The author of this passage would most likely be to agree that kids should not watch television or movies at all until they are in their teens. This is not a correct answer because the kids watching the movies or televisions in the first place is not in question. The second answer choice is government rating systems should have more levels to make them more useful is also incorrect. The author is saying that the rating systems are not helpful and human, so additional levels would probably not be helpful. The third answer choice is, it is never appropriate to prevent any human being from watching any show or movie. This is also not true. The author does talk about preventing the little ones from watching any violence. Therefore, the correct answer is the final one. Another parent should have the right to let her own kids watch extremely violent movies. The author of this passage would most likely be able to agree with this. She prevents her youngest kids from watching any violence, but she allows them to hear a bad word, for example. She wants every parent, the author wants every parent to be able to make their own decisions. So using the same paragraph or passage, the author of this passage would be likely to support an effort to. The first answer choice is create a government system to recommend ages for reading children's books. Remember that the author does not believe that the government rating system is helpful, so they would most likely not support this initiative. So this is incorrect. The second answer choice, prevent kids from attending movies in the theater without their parents' presence. This would not be the correct answer. The author doesn't mention anything about theaters, so we can't make that assumption that they would be okay with kids being in a theater alone without their parents. The third answer choice is provide parents more information about the content of children's shows and movies. This is most likely to be the correct answer. The author of this passage would be likely to support an effort to provide more information because they don't find the government rating system helpful. This way that parents can make their own decision about what their kids can watch and what they're mature enough to look at. But let's look at the final answer choice. Change the age for watching PG-13 movies down to 10 because today's kids are more savvy. This is not the correct answer. The author does not think that the rating system is helpful and has also let their kid watch things for more mature kids. So they don't believe that lowering this system would help. Therefore, the correct answer is this. Provide parents more information about the content of children's shows and movies. What is the most likely reason for the author's decision to include the phrase "as a parent" at the beginning? This question is referring to the first sentence of the passage. As a parent, I find television and movie rating systems unhelpful. Let's look at the answer choices. This phrase provides a reason to support her opinion. This is not the case. Her perspective as a parent may inform her opinion, but establishing herself as a knowledgeable source on this topic, she's representing her relationship between herself and the phrase "as a parent." So this is not the correct answer here. The second answer choice is she's implying that non-parents cannot know what kids need. Even though she doesn't find the universal rating system helpful, there's no indication that she doesn't think that people who don't have kids can make decisions for parents. Even parents sometimes might not know what the kid needs. The next answer choice here is this phrase provides a transition from the point she made earlier. But since this sentence is at the beginning, there's no earlier to provide context to. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. The correct answer is she is establishing herself as a knowledgeable source on this topic. She is speaking as a parent and referring to a direct experience she has with shows, movies, and her children. When the author says rating systems are based on numbers, she is developing the point that based on numbers is an extension of the position that the author has, that rating systems do not take into account the feelings and emotions of the parent. She wants to use decisions on a case-by-case basis rather than just logic and reasoning purely. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Logic and reason have no place in parenting isn't the correct answer here. She wants to use reasoning herself in determining what the content that her children can watch. The only numbers that matter are her children's ages is also incorrect because she sometimes allows her younger kids to watch something with stronger language, and she doesn't let her older kids watch shows with violence. The final answer choice here is also not correct. She is not good enough at math to rely on rating systems. This is not the case. So the correct answer is some decisions should be made on a case-by-case basis. Okay, study the label below and answer the following question. How many calories are in one serving of this product? The correct answer is 150. It's listed right next to the calories. So this is the correct answer. Jermaine ate 60 crackers out of this box. How many servings did he consume? The label shows that there are 20 crackers per serving. 60 crackers by 20 would be 3 servings. The product in this package is considered high in. So we're going to look for, of course, the ingredient that is the highest on here, and that would be saturated fat at 20%, which is extremely high. Sodium is 7%, trans fat is 12%, and cholesterol there's no cholesterol in this product. Therefore, the answer is saturated fat. Fatima is attempting to confine her diet to products low in sodium. How much of this product should she eat? Let's look at how high the sodium is. It's listed here at 7%. Products are considered low in a nutrient if the daily value is below 5%. So at 7%, this is extremely high. Therefore, Fatima should not be eating this product at all because it is high in sodium. It is above the daily value. The product in this package is a good source of. Let's find the highest value here. The correct answer here would be iron at 20%. Everything else is lower. Fiber is at 2%. Calcium is at 5%. And vitamin D is not in this product at all. So the correct answer is iron. Which statement, if true, is a fact? The 1918 flu pandemic killed more people than World War I. The remaining answer choices are interpretations or beliefs or feelings. So saying that it's more devastating is an opinion. Saying that it's terrifying is also an opinion. And saying that it caused greater stability than the plague is also an opinion and not a verifiable fact. Therefore, the first answer choice is the correct one. Which statement is an opinion? Freshman Anita Jones states that excessive homework requirements cause her undue stress. This is a statement and therefore is a fact. So that's not correct. Students reported symptoms such as headaches, anxiety attacks, and difficult sleeping. This is also incorrect. This is a stated fact. Also, the answer choice here is excessive homework requirements cause students undue stress and harm their quality of life. This is the correct answer. Words like excessive and undue are the key words here, and they're subject to interpretation, and they reflect beliefs and not facts, not stated facts. And the last answer is also incorrect here. Students who do homework more than 3 hours a day show elevated cortisol levels compared to students who do no homework. Is not. That's a statement of fact. So this is the correct answer here. A growing focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math has brought funding and excitement for these subjects into schools. Meanwhile, the push for standardized testing is requiring teachers to devote a large proportion of class time to reading and math preparation. One consequence of these dual trends is that schools are skimping on social studies instruction. Mindful world citizens need, at a minimum, a general awareness of foreign cultures, a passing familiarity with geography, and a basic understanding of history. If you're not sure your child's school is instilling these basic foundations of knowledge, you need to support your kids' learning yourself. Daunting as this may sound, it doesn't need to take an inordinate amount of time and effort. A good first step is to keep a globe or world map in a prominent location in your home. Whenever possible, refer to this resource in conversation. For instance, if your child is interested in a particular animal, point out where in the world it lives. If older children ask questions about the news, show them where current events are happening. If your budget allows, keep a good children's atlas handy too. This will allow your conversations to go into greater depth if your children show interest. Children have ever greater access to high-quality fiction about people and cultures around the world. If you're reading together about a foreign place or time, or if you see your older child, picking up a historical or multicultural book, take a moment to find a children's nonfiction book on the same subject. If you don't have time to do this research during a family library trip, most libraries allow patrons to browse and order books online. This article is written for... Okay, so a key phrase in this passage is your child. So who is a person who would have a child? That would be a parent. So the correct answer is A, parents. The author of this article assumes that the correct answer in this case would be the first one. Parents are eager to support their children's education. Because the passage lists all kinds of ways to teach kids at home if they're missing key subjects at school. So this is why this is the correct answer here. Which conclusion is not supported by the article? Authors think teachers have limited time and energy is not true, because the author states that social studies is overlooked because teachers do not have time to teach it. The second answer choice, the author thinks people benefit from understanding history, is not the case as well. The author writes about needing to be mindful world citizens and having an understanding of history in the second paragraph here. The author thinks many parents read regularly with their kids is also not the case because they use words like if you don't have time, for example. So they believe that parents are also very busy, and they encourage the parents in the libraries to find nonfiction books for their children. Therefore, the correct answer is the final one here. The author thinks STEM instruction is a waste of children's time. The author states that STEM studies take up a large portion of the student's curriculum, but they do not write anything about STEM being a waste of time at all. A careful reader of this article can infer that the author wants children to grow up to become, this is directly in the second passage here, the second paragraph of the passage, mindful world citizens. Which sentence from the article shows the author's awareness that modern parents are often busy people? The correct answer here would be the second one. If you don't have time to do this research during a family library trip, most libraries allow patrons to browse and order books online. This is offering an alternative method if parents are too busy. So this is the only correct answer here. Which of the following is an example of a secondary source? The correct answer here would be the second one here, a biography of a politician. This is something that would be written by someone else, and it's historical and provides insight on a specific topic. So this is the correct answer here. Which of the following is not a primary source on Charles Darwin? The correct answer would be a blog post. A blog post about Charles Darwin's contributions would be written by someone else and not Charles Darwin himself. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Read the passage below and answer the following question. There is inherent risk associated with the use of RIP gym facilities. Although all RIP gym customers sign a risk acknowledgement and consent form before gaining access to our grounds and equipment, litigation remains a possibility if customers suffer injuries due to negligence. Negligence complaints may include either staff mistakes or avoidable problems with equipment and facilities. It is therefore imperative that all RIP gym employees follow the safety protocol in the event of a customer complaint. Reports of unsafe equipment and environs. RIP gym employees must always respond promptly and seriously to any customer report of a hazard in our equipment or facilities, even if the employee judges the complaint frivolous. Customers may not use rooms or equipment that have been reported unsafe until the following steps have been taken in order to confirm and/or resolve the problem. 1. Place warning, out of order, or off-limit signs in the affected area or on the affected equipment as appropriate. Always follow this step first before handling paperwork or attempting to resolve the reported problem. 2. Fill out a hazard form. Include the name of the customer making the complaint and the exact wording of the problems being reported. 3. Visually check the area or equipment in question to verify the problem. A. If the report appears to be accurate and a resolution is necessary, proceed to step 4. B. If the report appears to be inaccurate, consult the manager on duty. If the report appears to be inaccurate, consult the manager on duty. 4. Determine whether you are qualified to correct the problem. Problems all employees are qualified to correct are listed on page 12 of the Employee Handbook. A. Employees who have not undergone training for equipment repair and maintenance must. This passage is best described as a or an. The correct answer is technical text. It is an informative technical text that instructs the reader or the employee about steps to be taken. Therefore, this is the correct answer, technical text. Which term best describes the structure of the opening paragraph? So, this paragraph here, the text outlines a problem as well as its causes, which is negligence, and presents an answer to this problem following the procedure that's outlined in the remaining section here. Therefore, the correct answer is a problem solution. Which term best describes the structure of the section under the subheading Reports of Unsafe Equipment and Environs? So that would be under here. We see a passage here, and we also see numbers and letters. Therefore, the correct answer is A, sequence. A sequence would, it provides organization for steps that on actions that must be taken. What is the difference between expository and technical writing? Expository writing usually explores academic topics and questions, and it's usually written more in an entertaining style. And technical writing explains complex processes or mechanisms, and it's usually written very impersonally and not in an entertaining style at all. So the correct answer here would be the second one here. Expository writing is often academic, and technical writing is usually practical. Which of the following is an example of expository writing? Remember that expository writing is more academic. So, which of these answer choices is more academic in nature? The correct answer here would be a history book. Read the passage below and answer the following question. Overworked public school teachers are required by law to spend extra time implementing individual educational plans for students with learning and attention challenges. This shortchanges children who are actually engaged in their education by depriving them of an equal amount of individualized attention. What assumption behind this passage reflects negative, stereotypical thinking? The correct answer here is students with learning disabilities are not engaged in their education. The passage suggests that the teachers are tired because they're busy with the students with learning and attention challenges. Let's very quickly read through this again. Overworked public school teachers are required by law to spend extra time implementing individual educational plans for students with learning and attention challenges. This shortchanges children who are actually engaged in their education by depriving them of an equal amount of individual attention. The above argument is invalid because the author, remember that this short passage here is using negative stereotypes of students who have these academic and learning challenges. Therefore, the correct answer is the second one here. Uses derogatory and disrespectful word choice to describe people who think, learn, and process information differently. This is the correct answer. Look at the following diagram and answer the following question. What is the small root-like part of the neuron on the top right called? We're looking in this direction here, and that would be dendrites. Which question can be answered by consulting this diagram? Since it's a diagram that labels parts, it's mostly showing location. So let's look for a word that would show location of a specific area. Therefore, the correct answer is where is a nucleus located in a neuron. These other ones would need more words or descriptions, so they're not the correct answer here. Study the image and answer the following question. Which type of book has sold the most copies? It's just a basic bar graph, so we want the highest bar graph here, so the correct answer would be paperback. The marketing director for the Cummings wants to use a different strategy for publishing book 2 in the series. Which argument does the bar graph best support? The correct answer would be that the second book in the trilogy should not be released in hardcover. The bar graph shows that the hardcover copies of this book were the fewest sold of any format. So if this person wants to be successful in their next series, they should not release in hardcover. And that's the end of the exam. Thank you for taking this TEAS practice test with me. As a reminder, you can access this full-length practice test by using the link in the description below. For additional study materials such as access to a free TEAS 7 study group or study course, check out the link in the description for everything you need to study for TEAS 7. Good luck!